How many times did Tom Brady get touched yesterday? How many times did Tom Brady get touched?
How many times did Patrick Mahomes get touched?
Zero. But if you playing basketball, running up and down that court, you're gonna get pushed, touched, whatever, knocked to the ground. You got to get up. There's more wear and tear in basketball than it is in football. Tom Brady didn't even get touched yet. His uniform is still clean. He could put that bitch back on, go back out there again today.
You guys, tell me, is it harder to win 7 rings in the NFL or 6 championships in the NBA? I'm going to ask Kobe first. I'm going to let Kobe go first, and then we're going to go down the line. I'm going to let Big Dog go last. But in my honest opinion, I feel that it is harder to win 7 championships in the NFL due to the amount of preparation, changing, different amount of free agencies, healthiness, injuries. It's a lot of great deal more that play into winning a championship in the NFL than it does in the NBA. But either or is a harder task, but I would say that it's harder to win 7 rings in the NFL as Tom Brady did than it is Michael Jordan. Kobe, I'll let you go first.
Go ahead, Kobe.
Oh, I just agree with you, but yeah, I feel like it is. I feel like it is harder to win in the NFL because you might never know what happens due to like COVID things. You probably got to sit out due to other things like, hey, oh man, my team sucked this year, all type of stuff like that. It's easier on basketball court because you can work your way around it in matter of no time. Football, you ain't got time. You gotta go sign somebody from practice squad to pick them up, build them up, make sure they know this, that, and the third. And hey, it is what it is.
Go ahead, Rizzo.
Honestly, I think it's harder to win 7 rings in the NFL because, like, if you think of basketball, when they have championship games, or even in the playoffs, they play 7 games. So you have a chance, somebody sprain their ankle, they got at least, a couple of games to sit out to try to get healthy, to try to win. Football, you just have that one game, and that's it. It's win or go home.
Y'all know I'm already going against you. It's harder to win 6 championships in basketball than football. First of all, let me give y'all this. How many games you play in football?
16.
You play
17 and 20 if you make it to the Super Bowl.
You play 82 games plus the playoffs, then the championship. So that's much harder than it is to play 17 games. Secondly, when you're in basketball, you have to play both sides of the field. Football, you ain't playing both sides of the field. Tom Brady is only going out there for offense. Sit his ass down, well rested. When you're on basketball, you're not well rested because you're constantly going. Where it comes defense, offense, you constantly. Let me put it this way: LeBron don't go out there and score, they do not win. Period. Tom Brady can not go out there and score, and they still can win the game. You see what I'm saying? So it's a big difference in that. I think personally, my personal opinion is harder in basketball than it is in football because it's more wear and tear on their body of basketball than it is in football because they constantly going. Both offense, defense, constantly. That same player. Football, you exchanging players all the time. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That guy getting well rested. Come back in. Tom Brady don't go down there in 4 quarters. He can go sit his ass down for the next 4 quarters. See what I'm saying? He well rested. So that's my theory on. My theory on it's harder in basketball than it is in football.
My instance, and I'll let somebody else fill in after this, but you said that it's 82 games in basketball, right? 82 games is a lot of time. Like say you injured, right? Basketball runs longer than football, in a sense. So you got 82.
It don't run longer.
In a sense, it does.
It doesn't run longer
when you count into the playoffs.
It doesn't run longer.
They start in October and finish in July.
Basketball
that's not my point.
Basketball started in November and go all the way to June. Which one is going the longest?
Listen, that's not my point.
And 2, you got to understand.
Can I say my point, man? Can I say my point? I'll let you talk.
Hold on.
Can I say my point, man?
Football has a bye.
That's not my point.
Basketball don't have bye weeks.
Listen,
they don't have bye weeks.
Listen, that's not truly my point. What I'm saying is You said that basketball is more wear and tear on your body when that's completely incorrect. Football is more wear and tear on your body when you got high
How
action
many
players
times did
mixing
Tom
and going
Brady
for.
get touched yesterday? How many times did Tom Brady get touched?
How many times did Patrick Mahomes get touched?
Zero. But if you playing basketball running up and down that court, you're going to get pushed, touched, whatever, knocked to the ground. You got to get up. There's more wear and tear in basketball than it is in football. Tom Brady didn't even get touched yet. His uniform is still clean. He could put that bitch back on, go back out there again today. He didn't get touched.
And there was
no
an
wear
instance
and tear on his body.
There was an instance of Kansas City defense. Now, I'm telling you that it is harder in 7 because all it takes is one good hit and Tom Brady out for a good rest of the season. That's what I'm saying. You can tell your ankle.
It don't take one dunk and a player's gone for the rest of the year.
But listen, though, that's not contact. You see what I'm saying? You contacting with the rim. And basketball is not as much contact as in football. All it takes is one good hit, concussion, bam, you out for the year. And honestly, all it takes is for an injury. And 5 weeks is like eternity in football. 5 weeks can make or break your season. So say that you get injured and you out for 5 weeks, that can make or break your season in the NFL. See, in basketball, you might have people to replace.
How many times do you see Tom Brady run, period?
Tom Brady ain't got to run. He old as hell. He
going to fade back and he going to throw the ball. So how much is that wear and tear on his body?
Okay, check this out.
He barely get touched. He rarely in his whole career ever got touched. So how's that wear? That's the reason why he can play until he's 43. He never ever get touched.
We ain't saying that Tom Brady ain't never got touched. Now he didn't got touched.
So I'm saying how many?
He didn't miss the whole season because he got touched.
I'm just saying. So how are you saying that that's worse? That's not worse.
I'm saying that it is harder because it's just more to play into it. You got to deal with GM issues when it comes to you might want your favorite guy, but they don't feel that it's the way to go.
And basketball don't have to deal with that.
Basketball don't have to deal with it as much because you understand who your complete stars is. In football, the salary cap is more harder. You got to cut and release players. It's just too much to play into it. You know, you might have a new you might have a new coordinator when if your team is good or bad.
Apparently, it's not that hard because Tom Brady got to bring in who he wanted to bring in, so it ain't that hard.
But Tom Brady got to an instance where he can go and bring in what he got to bring in. You look at guys like Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You look at.
I bet he can't go down to the Saints and do it.
I bet you he would.
I bet he can't.
I bet guys jumping over their necks trying to play with Tom Brady.
Who have Drew Brees requested to bring in?
Drew Brees not on the level of Tom Brady though. And I'm just gonna say it like that.
Bullshit. Why he not?
He ain't won 7 rings.
Only thing Drew Brees is not on the same level is because he don't have as many rings as Tom Brady.
That's what I'm talking about.
But if you look at passing, if you look at anything else, Drew Brees is right there with Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm talking about rings.
Right there with Tom Brady. I don't care about no rings. I'm just telling you, Drew Brees is
hey, that's why the Bears ain't won since '85 then, huh?
Aaron Rodgers is on the same level. Matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers is above Tom Brady. The only difference, Tom Brady got 7 rings. Aaron Rodgers is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. You know that.
Aaron Rodgers still got legs under him.
I don't care. I'm just saying what your point is not making sense.
My point is making sense. I'm telling you that it's harder to win in the NFL consistently at a rate, and that's why Tom Brady is a better team sport player than Michael Jordan.
Anybody, like if you ask any basketball player, they will let you know it is harder to win a championship.
I got this point.
Than it is
I got this point for you. Michael Jordan, right? He went to 3 straight NBA finals, won 3 straight NBA finals, right? He took 2 years off. He came back and won 3 straight again. Tom Brady was in the league 20. Okay, and that was when Michael Jordan figured out how to win. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is Michael Jordan in totality really won 6 straight NBA finals while he was an active player. No, let me finish. Let me finish first. Let me say something. Now, Tom Brady played 20 years and won 7. He didn't win 7 straight consistently as Michael Jordan. He didn't win 7 straight. He took years off.
Tom Brady been there 10 times and won 7 rings. How is that so hard?
What I'm saying is, though, he still lost. Michael Jordan didn't lose.
He's been there 10 times and
Michael Jordan didn't lose.
But I'm telling you, he's been there 10 times and won 7. How is that so hard?
It is hard.
That's hard for him. He's been there 10 times and won 7.
This was his most dominant win. His most games
But
by
he,
victory.
but my point
Tom
is,
Brady won
look,
then won only by 3
how many
points.
times LeBron been there?
LeBron been there 10 times.
And won it 5 times. How
4
many
times.
times Tom
he
Brady?
won.
How many
LeBron
times
ain't got
Tom
no 5
Brady?
rings.
How many?
He won 4 times.
He got 4. I'm sorry. I
Don't
made
get
a
that man
mistake.
that
4.
many rings.
Okay, I'm saying he been there 10 times. He got 4. He missed out of 6. How many times Tom Brady been there? 10 times and won 7. How is that so hard?
We not comparing Tom Brady and LeBron James though. We comparing Tom Brady and Michael Jordan when it comes to a better team sport player and which one is harder. So I'm not talking about LeBron James. I'm talking about Tom Brady and Michael Jordan.
But LeBron James is in the era that Tom Brady is now.
I'm talking about the guy that won the most in the
I'm
NBA
saying,
and modern day history.
Saying is that, well,
when
if
it comes
about
to
the guy that
dominant
won
players,
the most, then we got to go a little bit further to Kareem, to
I said in modern day history.
Then LeBron is in modern day.
I'm saying, listen to me carefully.
Jordan
I said Michael Jordan won the most. Michael Jordan is the most dominant player that won the most rings.
He's not in modern day.
Niners ain't
How
modern
many
day?
years has it been since Jordan played and won a ring?
The Niners ain't modern day? Almost.
It's been 30 years.
The last 30 years.
It has been 30 years. I mean, it's more LeBron is modern day than Jordan is modern day.
This is off topic. So at the end of the day, it is harder to win in the NFL than the NBA. Bottom of the discussion, man. At the end of the day.
Honestly, after hearing Terry's side to it, Leah, yeah, I feel like it probably is kind of harder to win 6 NBA championships because,
think about
like he said, like they gotta play defense and offense in the same game.
It's just too many things that go into winning the NFL championship than it does an NBA championship. Guys can easily get banged up and injured.
I think it's more. I think it's more though. I think it's more. It's more harder to win an NBA championship than an NFL because, say for instance, you got a 53 roster plus you have,
and then you got more.
Hold on. You got a 53 roster. Plus, you have your what do they call it? The practice squad.
But
if Tom Brady go down, they got another quarterback to fill his spot.
But but the thing is, who gonna fill Tom Brady's spot?
If LeBron
who gonna fill Tom Brady's spot?
I'm just saying, who? They got a lot of people that can fill Tom Brady. You
got Blaine Gabbert? Who they backup not gonna win no Super Bowl?
I'm just saying, you got a lot of
they ain't got no Nick Foles.
You got a lot of quarterbacks in the league that's better than Tom Brady, and you know it as well as I do.
No, the hell you
know
don't.
It as well as I do.
No,
I just named some. Drew Brees better than Tom Brady.
Oh my God.
Aaron Rodgers better than Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes is better than Aaron Rodgers. You know that. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of players that still.
Okay, riddle me this, right? If they were better than him, if they were better than Tom Brady, why didn't they beat Tom Brady? He played 3 of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he beat them. Why didn't they beat him?
Do the Saints have the same team as Tampa Bay?
The Saints had a better team if we looking in totality.
No, not defensive wise.
You crazy.
The Saints had one of the best defenses.
We argued this point last week.
The Saints had one of the best defenses. Y'all was saying before the season ended, the Saints was the most complete team.
No,
Big
that's what you talking about.
Hold on. Them Saints fans were saying they was the most complete team.
Can I talk?
You said it. Yo, damn
I did
self.
not say that. I did not say that. That was your boy.
You said that. Yo, damn self.
That was your boy, Little Darren, and Kobe was saying they have every year. This is the most completed team we have ever had. That's what they said. I didn't say shit.
That's why your team keep on gonna be first round exit tickets.
What I'm saying is we discussed this last week. We said that Tampa Bay had a better defense than the Saints. We said that. That's the reason why the Saints didn't go nowhere.
That's not true. We didn't get past Tampa Bay because of Drew Brees and the turnovers he had. They capitalized off turnovers.
He faced the best and beat the best. It's harder to do it in the NFL. Just bottom of the line. Just accept it. It's harder.
Guess what though? He ain't gonna never face them Cowboys because you ain't got to worry about never seeing them.
And he ain't got to worry about the damn Bears either.
Hey, guess what? Guess what team?
Y'all about to pick up trash wins.
You running your mouth.
Y'all about to pick up trash wins.
The biggest talk they was talking about is the Bears beat their ass and blowed their ass out. Guess what the first team they got to face this year? The Bears. They already said on the schedule their first game is with the Chicago Bears.
Well, y'all
if you pick up Carson Wentz, I ain't got to worry about a damn thing.
You ain't got to worry about it because they're not picking up Wentz because he wants the same thing that Stanford got, and the Bears is not giving that up. We just talked. They just talked about that today. He wants the same thing that Stanford got. The Bears is not giving that up, so you ain't got to worry about the Bears picking him up.
That boy
We ain't talking about the Saints is looking at him.
We're gonna talk about that though. We're gonna talk about Carson Wentz coming up. Rizzo, let's move on to